Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Craig Smith out here in New England, and this is my second edition of Road Trip. And what Road Trip is for you folks that are on whatever road you're on, whatever trip you're on, whatever journey you're on. It's that motivation, that inspiration to get you to whatever goal or destination you're trying to get to. And yes, I'm in a car. I'm actually driving. I'm a personal trainer, a group exercise instructor, and also a life coach and a Beachbody coach. What I try to do, and what I try to get every single person in whatever facet that I'm dealing with them, is to get prepared. And one of the most prevalent experiences that I get every single day of people being prepared is when we teach kickboxing. I teach kickboxing classes at a local gym in the area. And I always see people that when we're about to engage in the combat, engage in the fight, and whatever the fight is, we have people with their hands down. They're looking around, their feet aren't ready. And what I always tell them is, you know what, to be ready, you got to be ready. And you can't be ready without being ready. So your journey, your fitness journey, your occupational journey, your vocational journey, whatever you're doing, you got to be ready to do it. And you got to get in the right mind. You got to want it. You have to have a why. And whatever that why is, it's got to be so big that no matter what, even if you fail at an attempt to go toward that goal, if you stumble and fall and trip and you don't make that next step toward your goal, your why has got to be so big, it's got to be so powerful, it's got to be so strong that no matter what, even though you do trip, even though you do fall, you stumble, you're going to still get up and go back after it. When I talk to people about preparation, I train a lot of state troopers and a couple of folks that work in the military. And what they tell me is that, you know what, we drill. And when they drill, what are they drilling for? They drill because, you know what, they have situations that are everyday situations that they're prepared for, that in their world aren't everyday situations. They're extraordinary. And they're extraordinary situations to a person like you and me because we don't deal with them every day. But these folks have to be prepared. They have to be prepared for whatever's coming at them. And so what they do is they practice and practice and practice and practice. And when they practice, those extraordinary situations become simple and not so unique situations. So when we are training, or when we're getting prepared for those situations, we make sure that we step outside that comfort zone. We make them do things that they've never done before. And all the way from the state troopers, the corrections officers, even to some of the Green Berets and Navy SEALs that I deal with, these folks are absolutely prepared for everything. And, you know, they know that things are going to get hard. And when things get hard, they don't panic. They don't get down on themselves. Well, you know what? Even they do get down on themselves, and they're disappointed in whatever loss or failure that they had. But you know what? The one thing that I notice, and this is kind of how I deal with life, when I deal with my personal clients and my coaches, I use the word I don't care a lot. But the thing is, it's not that I don't care about them. I don't care about their feelings. It's not that. It's I care about their feelings, but I just don't care about the failures that they had before. All I care about is that they failed, and now their next step is to prepare for the next time that they're going to attempt what they're going to do, and whatever that is. And if that's a weight loss journey, if it's to get a raise, it's to get a promotion, to pass their next class. I even deal with some athletes. You know, it's even to make the team or get to be the starter, to get to be an all conference or all state. These folks, what I reiterate to them every single day, you know what, we don't work out. A lot of times we're not working out, we're training. And when we're training, we're preparing to get to whatever situation, when we get to that situation, that we're going to be absolutely ready to take on that situation with full force, full strength, and full mental capacity. And that is absolutely one of the most important things that we can do in life, because you know what, when that chance comes, you know what Eminem said, when you have that one shot, you can't miss your chance of flow. So when we have that opportunity of a lifetime, we've got to jump on it, and we've got to know that we're ready and that we are going to be the ones that excel and and make it through whatever we need to make it through. The other thing that I really wanted to talk to you about today was about grinding and just getting that work in. Put the work in. In a society today that we have that's really instant everything, not a lot of things in this world are instant anything. You know, in retrospect, we really got to understand that, you know what, everything that we want, you know, at some point we get it. At some point we get it, but we get it after all the work's been put in, all the effort, all the heartache, all the joy. But let me tell you something, whatever that process is, you got to enjoy the process. You got to want to go through the process. You got to love yourself, not at the end. You got to love yourself during the entire journey, the entire trip. Because if you don't love yourself at the end and the trip was hard, you're never ever going to try to do anything ever again. But if you love yourself while the journey and while you're on that road trip, you're going to love yourself and you're going to understand yourself a lot better no matter where you end up at the end of the journey. And I think that's a really important thing into getting goals, because you know what? Let's say you go after, you know, being whatever you want it to be, whether it was a raise or, like I said, if it was a promotion at work, you know, you're trying to do better at school. Let's say you did work hard and you did absolutely everything you think you could do, and you just tripped up just a couple of times. You know, that's human. And when you understand that you're a human being and everything that you do is not perfect and the stuff that you are going to do is not going to be perfect and you're not perfect, you're going to understand that life is a lot more exciting when you're not perfect. And if you were perfect, you'd just be sitting here you'd be able to predict everything that could happen. If you were perfect, you would know that every day the sun's going to be shining and there's not going to be any rain and, you know, there's not going to be any traffic or stoplights. But that's not the way the world works. You got to understand that you are a person and things are going to go not so well sometimes, but you got to understand that you are strong enough. And just like a lot of other people, there's people that get through it. You're going to get through it. They got through it. You can do it. And you got to be able to grind. You got to be able to work hard. You got to be able to endure. You got to be able to be strong. You got to be able to take whatever's coming at you, run with it, roll with it, fight it, resist against it. Whatever it is, you got to understand that nothing is going to come easy to you. And at some point, you got to work. You got to be prepared to do the work. You got to be prepared to go through all the process that it takes to get to wherever you're trying to get to. And you can't give up. When you're ready to be ready, you're going to be prepared. You're going to have a plan. And when that plan, you know, starts to succeed, you're going to start to get more confidence. And you're going to start to always step toward whatever you're trying to step toward. Folks, just make sure you're grinding. Make sure you're working hard. Because I think a lot of the times, a lot of people are too happy. Listen to this. I don't know if this is an oxymoron or not, but a lot of people are happy feeling sorry for themselves. They're really happy to feel sad. They're really happy to be grumpy, and they're really happy to feel like their life is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of the universe. Folks, be prepared. Start working hard and enjoy the process, and you're gonna get there. I guarantee you that you're gonna get there. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you can share this video. If you have any questions, superherofitness5@gmail.com. Have a great day.